Welcome to the Team Lawson channel. I'm Theresa.
I'm Mike.
And we're millennials and we're making it. On our channel, we discuss all things that meet within the intersection of millennial marriage and special needs parenting.
We want to create a community that's both inclusive and encouraging.
So go ahead and hit that subscription button and you can help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers before we get to our anniversary dates.
Also, don't forget to smash that like button so you can let the algorithm know you think we're awesome.
So, we're going to talk about millennial burnout. While we're tired and the whole generation is tired and sick of y'all.
Who's y'all?
Everybody who doesn't understand why we're tired. I think Generation X totally gets it. Generation Z is like, oh, they haven't gotten it yet. They're still babies. Some of them. They're adults, but they're still young adults. So like, I think they're kind of walking into, this is what it is. Makes the generation, they're just kids. So they have no idea what's going on. But I think boomers still be like, y'all just need to work harder. Bruh, stop. So, so we're going to talk about why we're tired and what we actually need from the world at large. So, why are we tired?
Because we constantly parenting and working and adulting. And
like no forward or upward motion or mobility, I think, is the actual frustration. Whether you have, we don't mind hard work. We have to work hard just to keep a roof over our head and buy ground beef. Have you seen the price?
Work.
Huh?
I do mind. Especially when you ain't got nothing to show for it.
That is what you mind, the nothing to show for it. And for our generation, it feels like the goalpost just keeps getting moved about what you need. Like you 30 years ago, one adult from the household, 40 years ago, one adult from the household could go work a job and make enough money to raise a family and buy a home and a couple of cars. One person, right? Right now, one person does that and you are almost out of poverty, struggling to keep a roof over your head, and groceries are like a thing. Like, we have side hustles to make ends meet, and that is common. Like, we have to work ourselves to death, not for forward mobility, but just to make ends meet. And that is exhausting and frustrating. And I think maybe, it may just be a political talking point, I think maybe the world at large is starting to understand, hey, these kids aren't kids anymore. They're in their 30s and 40s, and they're genuinely struggling. And it's because of something that there are neighbors out with the dog. This always happens when I'm doing my videos, but never when we're together. But because you're talking. But and so we get dogs to enjoy ourselves. But I think, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
The world of thought sees we're in poverty.
I feel there was this train of thought is we're just too indulgent. That's what it is. We eat out too much. We want to live in too nice of an apartment. If we just, buried our nose and sacrificed a little bit, then we would be able. But we did that. We did that for 3 years. Literally, no eating out, no going out, saving every dime, literally. And that just got us a house that we have to continue to do that for, to keep the house.
Yep.
And honestly, we could have did without the house.
Yep.
We could have just kept paying rent. It's just as high. Like, but you own a home. It's also really stressful. Could have just kept paying rent. And like, I guess there's like, if it's gonna be like that, like, what's the motivation? And that's why I think a lot of millennials are like, the Great Resignation was a thing. Like, millennials were like, well, y'all obviously don't care about me at this job, and y'all obviously aren't paying me. Like, minimum wage still hasn't increased, and what they want to increase it to is still poverty. Like, the increase that they want, like, we're increasing, what is it, 15, 18?
I have no
18,
idea.
25, that they're
I know
trying
it's
to,
supposed to
15
move up.
something, that they're trying to, still poverty. Like, why would I be excited about any of this? Golly. It's like y'all don't listen. I don't know. Why else do we burn out?
Need a vacation.
Yeah. Like, when was the last time we had like well, we went vacation last year. That was the first time.
That was the beginning of last year.
Okay, babe, but we went, dog.
Look,
We went last year.
I'm taking.
When did we go before that? When I was pregnant.
Yep. I know this year I plan on taking several.
How?
I'm gonna make it work some kind of way.
Mike, you don't have several vacation time.
That don't mean we can't take a weekend and go somewhere. Like an off weekend and just go.
Okay.
That's
anyway,
a vacation for
so
me.
we need a vacation. I guess that's not a vacation for me. That's a hassle.
I mean, how is that a hassle?
Because I got to plan it. I don't know why
you don't have to
get
plan
that.
nothing on your own. I'm talking
I
about
love you.
together vacations and single vacations. Where
I
plan
appreciate
my own.
that, but there's still planning on my part that I have to do.
We both have to plan.
You heard it here, folks. My husband's going to help me.
I helped you with the
plan.
one for last year. We both was looking at hotels.
You helped me pick a hotel. That's not helping me plan it.
I mean, you paid for this. I was at work. What you want me to do?
And this is what it ends up being. Well, I'm at work. How can I help you? And I end up doing it myself. This is why this millennial mom is burnt out. Because vacations don't be vacationing. I love you. We gonna go though.
What you mean vacations don't be vacationing?
Cause I don't get rest on the vacation because I have to do so much work to go. It's almost like substitute teaching, or planning for a substitute when you're a teacher. And teachers and former teachers will understand what I mean by this. Like, the stuff that you have to do to get prepared to be able to leave your classroom is so much work. Like, I would be like, well, maybe I don't need to go to the dentist. Like, maybe I could just stay here because this is stressful. Like, sometimes, like, there was a point in me planning the vacation. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. We're not going. And then I changed my mind. And that's when you started helping me pick the hotel. But it's just stressful finding somewhere for Macy to go. The logistics of, like, where we're going to fly out from or drive out from based on where Macy. It's a lot. I'd be tired and I don't feel like doing it. I want somebody else to plan the vacation, but I don't have vacation planner money. That's what I'm saying.
It don't have to be that, though. Either we going that way or we going that way. Well, I can't. Either Dallas.
Okay.
Or.
Okay. If you say so. And I think another thing that has millennials tired and stressed is, especially many millennials with kids, is we do not have the familial support. A lot of that prior generations have had. A lot of moms are able to go back to work, or not just moms able to go back, families are able to have two working households because there's somebody to, like, care for the kids without, like, it being an extra expense. Like, part of the reason that I do not work is, like, I would literally have to have something for Macy. I don't even know if there's something for Macy after school, but I would literally, how much money would I have to make for that to be feasible? Too much.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I know that I am not going to, like, it would all go to that. It would all go to childcare for Macy. And so anything that is, unless I just got this fire job and this awesome opportunity to make like 75, 80, $90,000 a year, like it just wouldn't be worth it financially. And I think that is the position that a lot of people are in. They are working for childcare and mortgage, and there's just not enough left. And I think having that family support would allow some of their money from childcare to go to something else. But like, that's just not, it's not that families aren't supportive. It's just that's not how the world is set up anymore, where we all live around grandma and aunts and uncles and stuff. Like,
I mean, you still can.
when I was, not really, not the way housing is set up now. When I was a kid, literally all of my neighbors I was related to in some way, all of them. And so like the bus could just drop us off, and like there was an adult there, most of the time multiple, and we would just go home. And if we really needed something that was outside of our house, we could just walk across the street to my great aunt and uncles, or next door to this first cousin, or next door to my cousin's dad, like, or down the street to my aunt and uncle, or up the street and around the corner to my grandmother and my, like, there was family everywhere. Like, there was no such thing as this child needs child care, because there was always adult supervision. And like, how would you do that now? I could even go back home and do that now, because they're older. Some of them are still there, but many of them aren't. Like, the great aunt and uncle that were watching me die. So like,
I mean, people just, I mean, it's harder to create now, but it's still, I mean, it's still possible.
It's not impossible, but it's not common, I think. I don't think that is a common situation for most people, where they live close to their mother-in-law or their mom.
I mean, some people just, they would like...
Most people, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying that most people don't live that way anymore. And so that has put a strain on what we're able to do as a generation, because most people don't live that way anymore.
People just, I mean, I think it's still...
Are you saying that most people live that way?
No, I'm saying it can still be done. People just got to create that.
I'm not
Those
saying,
people create
I'm not saying that it's not done. I'm not, no, and they didn't create it. That's just how it was.
Yeah, but I'm saying now, I mean, what I'm saying now, yeah, that's how it was. It's not like that no more, but you can still create that.
You can't create it, but I'm saying previous generations didn't have to create it. That's just how it was.
I mean, yeah.
And in order to create that now, like, if you move to Bossier, like, we would both have to work, because you would not have the job that you have now, making the salary that you make now. It doesn't exist where we live.
It's possible they do. I'm saying where I'm at.
It doesn't, Michael. We tried it for 3 years. That money is not there. The money you make now is not up there.
No, well, I'm saying...
You couldn't, like...
No, I'm saying with the company I'm with now, it's possibly that they're up there.
Are they up there?
It's a possibility. I
think
don't know
so.
100%.
There's not plant work like that up there.
Why not? Y'all got one.
One, Michael. That's not bad news, where there are plants on every corner.
I get that, but still, even if I was to go to that one,
that's a long shot.
What I make
that
would
is
go
a long. No.
Yeah, but
that's a long shot. That is a long shot for you to be able to find the type of job that you have right now there. And that's what we would have to do. We would have to move to places where the economy isn't as great to get the support, but then we don't have the money, which is why we're moving.
I don't think it'll be as bad though as it was, because like I said, the experience I got now,
I think it would be
they have that up there.
I think it would be worse.
No, they have.
I think the job market up there now is worse.
Well,
and I think there are more opportunities where we are. I do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am.
Ain't too many.
Have you been on Florida recently?
On Florida?
Yeah.
What you mean on Florida? Boulevard?
Yeah.
What's on Florida Boulevard?
At Cortana.
Oh, the with the new Oh, yeah. I'm waiting on that.
Bruh, you and me both, like.
I won't see how that is.
But yeah. So what else?
They got us burnt out.
Yeah.
A lot of debt.
Yeah, being saddable debt, we don't have that much debt.
We don't have that much.
It's not something that I like to.
Still.
It's not something that I like to speak on, because whenever I hear millennial in debt, I think 30,000 plus college debt, and we have never had that, friend. That has just not been our testimony. Thank the Lord for it. I'm not saying that we are better for it. We're better people for it, but I'm saying we are certainly less stressed because that is not where we started out at. But it's almost impossible to live the life, not even that we want to live, because I don't think that right now living we are where we want to be, but it's almost impossible to live a life without debt, and that is frustrating.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless you got money, unless you're rich.
I guess, friend. I guess.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
But you know what thing that really has me stressed out, and I've tried to stay out of it as much as possible this past 6 months because I've noticed that it's making me more stressed and anxious, is the world at large seems to be descending into utter chaos. Politics has been trash for the past half of a decade, and it seems to be like the pandemic has made international relations worse. Like, insert war in the Ukraine. Just randomly, like, that's weird. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot. And, like, that sort of just, like, our generation, pretty much all of our adult lives and most of our childhood was the war in Iraq.
Right.
Or Afghanistan.
Yep.
Like, I lost friends and classmates. Like, died unalived because of that war. Right? And so, to come out of that and it to not have accomplished anything, of course, because war, what's it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. But to just be in a world that is still waging war, it's exhausting. It is emotionally and physically. And I think there will be studies done on how it has traumatized an entire generation. I really do. I think we are not any better for the political and social climate that we have had to literally grow up in. Because I was in high school and you were in middle school for 9/11.
Yep, I was in 8th grade.
Are you sure you were in 8th grade?
Yep.
I was a senior. Is that right?
Yeah, you graduated when I
did. I'm young. I was young in school for my age. I started college at 17, so don't pay me no mind. And so it makes me confused when I try to do age stuff with people. But yeah, like, that has been our entire lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bruh. And I try not to engage. I try to find a good balance between being knowledgeable and understanding the backstory behind the conflict and not the propaganda and all that stuff. And balance that with not being so involved that it affects my day-to-day and my emotional health. That's hard. Like, I have, like, literally posting things on social media and getting immediately off because my entire news feed or my entire reel or whatever it's called, my entire feed is Russia invades the Ukraine. Like, that's exhausting.
Yep. It is.
I'm sad.
Well, I mean,
can we end on a happier note? What can we do to be happier? What could the world do for millennials to make us a little bit happier?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Give me some hope. That was really sad.
I would say give us some money.
Yes. We need money.
I think
we need to be working for a living wage. You know what would really help us? Making it easy for mothers to go back to work. Can we get paid maternity leave for every woman who has a baby and works a job? Like, if we're going to live in a society where there has to be two incomes for there to be economic mobility, forward and not backwards, forward or upward, like, two people gonna have to work. And most women have some sort of gap in their employment, whether it is for 6 months or 5 years until their kid goes into kindergarten. And a lot of times it's unpaid. You have half of the working population not being able to work because there is no support. Fix that. I'm frustrated. What else would be helpful?
I ain't gonna say more opportunities because I believe that.
No, I think so.
No, I can't say.
No, I think so.
I think
a lot of the jobs that need to be done could be done by skilled professionals and do not require a degree. And so I think requirements for jobs are gonna have to change to accommodate that. There are some 12-week year programs that could train people to do the jobs that they're still having to train college graduates to do.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I'm saying, I think we have opportunities because I know what opportunities they have now is way better than what we had when we was getting out of school and stuff like that. So, and technology is a little better. But, yeah, I was kind of touching along the lines of what you were saying, too. Like, when I say opportunities, like, yeah, because you want me to have a year experience of this, and I'm like, well, how can I get that year experience of this if you won't let me?
Yeah. And the year experience does not mean education. They want me to work a job. But that has always been the plight of millennials coming out of college or coming out of trade school. Like, you need experience to
how can I get that experience if you won't hire me?
Or the other is you have the experience. Like I was looking at a job applications for, I think it was a job listing for families helping families, along the lines of something that I was doing before I quit working. Just kind of working as a liaison. They wanted you to have a master's degree and work for $12 an hour. I was like, these people have lost their minds.
And that's why I dropped out of college and went and got me a trade.
I mean, and the things that you were responsible for, the responsibilities of the job. Was it hard work? No, but it was expansive. Like you would have to really be working at this job with your master's degree for $12 an hour. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Even with my bachelor's degree, I wouldn't apply.
And that's why I got out of college, because they want you to put yourself in $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of debt for $12 an hour. When I can go probably Burger King somewhere and make $12 an hour. You know, Target or Walmart and make $12 an hour. I don't have to get a degree.
And I think the killing thing is people confuse millennials with Gen Z, which are like hyper social media. They want to be super social media superstars and all that other stuff. And yeah, that would be nice. But I think what millennials really want is if we're going to work, could you pay us enough so that we could live, not be in debt, and go on a vacation? I think that's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. We want to make enough money so that we can live, not be in debt, and go on a vacation. That's it.
I want to have money the way I ain't got to work for nobody else. I work for myself. I don't think that...
You keep moving the ball. What we got to tell the people what we want?
No, I'm saying I'm working towards that now.
What? Not having worked for nobody else?
Yeah. I don't want to... I would rather come up with my own schedule, doing what I love to do, and making my own money, and I ain't got to have a boss, except the Lord himself. I ain't got to have a boss.
And me, because I'm bossy.
I ain't got to have a boss to tell me what to do, when I got to go to work, and when I got to do something. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. But I get what you're saying. I'm not dismissing that. I agree with that too. But I want to get to a point where I'm wealthy. I have, I ain't got to be rich, but I would love to be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about that.
I do want to be rich. But
I want to be rich too, but...
Everybody wants to be rich, but that is not what we're asking for. We just want to live in peace.
Exactly.
Yes. We just want to live in peace.
Doing what I love to do.
And fixing healthcare would not be a bad thing. Yeah. We're paying an arm and a leg just to be harassed by an insurance company. I'll tell you about that later. But all right.
Don't forget to smash the like button, the subscribe button. Also, tell your friends and your family about us.
Share this video. It's fun. And we'll see you in the next video. God bless.